Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another hard-hitting episode of the Callous Mind Talking Head Sportscast. This week we are talking National Football League Week 13 picks, Week 12 pick results. We're going to do a Week 12 review and a standings review. And don't look now, boys and girls, but it looks as though Aaron Rodgers has been cleared to practice 11 weeks after surgery. How about that? For the sake of convenience, I am including timestamps in this video for the first time in a while. And so those on YouTube should find those in the video description. And those watching on Rumble can just drag the playhead forward. Before I start this Week 12 review, I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And the surprises started for me on Thursday when Green Bay upset Detroit. I did not necessarily see that coming, but things can always get weird when it's a division rival. So as much as I didn't really expect it, it's not that surprising either. Miami beat the New York Jets on Friday. Not that great of a surprise. The Dirty Birds take out Atlanta. Pittsburgh outlasts Cincinnati. And you know what's incredible about the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game? You know, I know this is an AFC North matchup, but you have Joe Burrow's gone for the Cincinnati Bengals, and yet it seemed to take everything that Pittsburgh had offensively just to muster up 16 points, just enough to beat Cincinnati. I mean, wow. I'm just not sure. I mean, even if the Steelers advance to the postseason, honestly, do you have faith in their ability to score enough points to win a playoff game? I mean, that's a genuine question. Next game was Carolina and Tennessee. I'd pick Carolina. Tennessee beat them. What can you do, you know? Tampa loses to Indianapolis. The Giants win a pathetic game against the Patriots 10-7. Oh my Lord, how absurd. Jacksonville outlasts Houston. Denver beats a Deshaun Watson-less Browns team. The Rams destroy the Cardinals. The Chiefs destroy the Raiders. Philadelphia outlasts Buffalo. Baltimore beats the Chargers, who continue to just fall to pieces. And the Bears beat the Vikings on Monday Night Football 12-10. Is this a baseball game or a football game, man? I mean, that score is absurd. I guess you're pretty happy if you had the under, but wow. Man, can we get a better product than that or what? So my 2023 NFL Week 12 pick results were 11 wins and 5 losses, so that's quite a record. And if I was going to return to wagering, this probably should have been the weekend to do so. But you know, it seems like every time I bet, it never ends up that good right there. So my 2023 NFL Week 13 picks are as follows. Thursday starts with Seattle and Dallas, and I will take the Dallas Cowboys at home to get the win against the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Sunday, December 3rd, kicks off with Indianapolis at Tennessee, and I'm going to take the road Indianapolis Colts to get the win against the Titans here. The next game is the Los Angeles Chargers visiting the New England Patriots, and most times I'd be tempted to take the Patriots here, especially considering the weather would probably be more favorable to them than it would be a California team. However, New England is so offensively inept and seems like they can't score any points. That's not the Chargers' issue. Their issue is usually stopping people. I don't necessarily know that they'll have that problem in this game. So I will take the Chargers on the road to get the win at the Patriots. The next game features the Detroit Lions visiting the New Orleans Saints, and I'm going to pick the Lions to get right here on the road against the Saints. The next game, the Dirty Birds of Atlanta visit the New York Jets, and I'm actually going to go ahead and can't believe I'm saying this. but I'm going to take the Jets at home to get the win against the visiting Falcons. The next game, the Arizona Cardinals head east to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I should probably pick the Cardinals in this game because the reality is the Cardinals can score more points than the Pittsburgh Steelers can. But will they? The weather is not going to be favorable for the Cardinals. Neither is traveling from west to east. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Pittsburgh Steelers at home to get the win against the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Next game features the Miami Dolphins visiting the Washington Commanders. And although the weather there in the D.C., Baltimore area probably won't be that favorable for Miami's high-flying offense, I think they can score enough points to defeat the Commanders there. So I will take the Dolphins on the road to get the win against the Commanders. Next game, the Denver Broncos travel to Houston to take on the Texans. And this actually should probably turn out to be a pretty damn good game. But Denver is streaking, and no, not of the naked kind. They're on a significant winning streak. So I will take the Denver Broncos on the road to get the win at the Houston Texans. Next game, Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is an NFC South matchup. And I will take the home Tampa Bay Buccaneers to get the win against the Carolina Panthers. Next game, the Cleveland Browns head west to take on the Los Angeles Rams. And I will take the Rams at home to get the win against the Cleveland Browns. Next game, San Francisco 49ers visit the Philadelphia Eagles. This is an NFC Championship game rematch from last year. And I'm going to take the Eagles in this game to fly at home against the visiting 49ers. The next game, the Kansas City Chiefs visit the Green Bay Packers. And I will take Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs on the road to get the win at Green Bay. And then finally, Monday, December 4th, 2023, Monday Night Football features the Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm sure this game was made way back when Joe Burrow should have been playing in this game, and this would have been a much more compelling game. However, it's not that compelling anymore, and I will take the Jacksonville Jaguars at home to get the win against the visiting Burrowless Bengals. I want to go ahead and review the standings post Week 12 and prior to Week 13. In the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins are leading the way at 8-3, followed by the Buffalo Bills at 6-6. And this begs an interesting question now because the Bills are only 500. So if you're a Bills fan, are you concerned? Do you feel like, no sweat, they're definitely going to make the playoffs? Or are you starting to become a little worried now? AFC North, Baltimore Ravens are up a couple of games on the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns, respectively. I think the season is pretty much over for the Browns and Bengals, considering they both lost their starting quarterbacks. And like I've already said, I'm not sure what kind of hay the Steelers can make, even if they make the playoffs, because they can't score any points. So, if you're a Steelers fan, do you feel good about the Pittsburgh Steelers' chance to A, make the playoffs, and B, if they do make the playoffs, their ability to advance? AFC South, Jacksonville Jaguars are up by at least 2 games on the Colts and Texans. So that AFC South is looking pretty interesting and compelling and should remain interesting down the stretch. AFC West, Kansas City's leading the way there. Look at the Denver Broncos at 6-5, man. Hanging there in the playoff hunt, boy. That'd be a good story for Sean Payton and the Broncos if they were able to somehow go on this win streak and find themselves making the postseason after all the nonsense at the beginning of the season, NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles lead the way at 10-1. Followed by the Dallas Cowboys. So they're pretty much both assured to make the playoffs, especially in that division. The NFC North, I think that's going to be the Detroit Lions winning that, provided they don't collapse down the stretch here. And I'm not sure if, well, it looks like given the abysmal record of the teams in the NFC South, I think only one of them is going to go to the playoffs. So it's going to be the division winner only. So chances are probably pretty good that we'll get 2 NFC East teams, 1 NFC North team, possibly 2, a couple from the West there, and then 1 NFC South team. So it'll be interesting. I mean, how do you feel about your team? Is your team in playoff contention? Do you think they're going to finish it and make the playoffs? Or are they a threat to advance if they do make the playoffs? You guys can let me know that in the comment section below this video. Thank you all for taking some time and spending it with me today. I do sincerely appreciate it. Thank you to the new subscribers, commenters, sharers, and all that. I sincerely appreciate every one of your viewerships. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, please, please be good to yourselves and each other, and I will talk to you all next week. Have a great remainder of the week and a great weekend. God bless.